Hello, all. We on live here, I hope.
Yes.
Thank you all for joining us. We always like to, we know that the evenings are busy for most people, and we have a lot going on in our lives, but we greatly thank you. Also, I just want to give a thanks to all of the team people that are making this happen, and the GlobalOne, Spinfinity teams that are making everything happen for all of you. This is a global business, and you are all part of it. It can't happen without you. We need you. The business is here for you, and let's make it all happen together. And I'll tell you what, with the numbers we're seeing right now, absolutely incredible stuff. We, with zero marketing, zero advertising, starting with a few of our founding leaders who were people who were insiders that we were consulting with, we just asked them to throw a couple of their leaders in. Let's make sure everything is humming along here nicely. Let's see where we can improve on some things before we go live in the next few weeks. And lo and behold, here we have a hysteria in the best and most beautiful way. We are now, in just over 20-something days, we are already in the 4,000 number ranking in all of the U.S. and 17,000 in the entire world. Give you an idea what that means. There's about 9.6 billion pages on the Internet, and we are 17,000 in 20-something days. Incredible stuff. Well, we have you to thank for that. What we're going to go over today is we're going to go over the Spinfinity comp plan. Because it is a new system, it's very simple, very easy, but we wanted to break it out in one simple session. It won't take long because it is easy. As a matter of fact, I was telling everybody today that in order to make this call last any time length, I have to kind of stretch it out because it only takes a few seconds to get, and you'll see that as soon as you see the first couple of slides, you're going to get it. But we're going to go into a little bit more depth so it can be posted so people can then use it later on and train people that may not grasp it right away. And there will be a shorter version and a longer version for people who are quick, and then a longer version for people who want to take a little more time to study it. So with that, I guess we should just go ahead and jump right into it. All right, a couple little bullet points here. What we're going to go over, just these bullet points here, is that actually my slides are out of whack on my end here. All right. Keep it simple is our motto around here because it is simple. What we have is we have the GlobalOne business, which has three primary payout compensation plans. We have the Spinfinity social profit pool. That's what you're seeing right now that we're going to be discussing. We have the Go Global Profit Pool. That is the global profit pool that everybody in the world will be sharing in with not only revenues driven from within the system, but we have all sorts of businesses that are retail businesses, wholesale businesses that are outside the company that will also be driving tremendous revenues into the business. So they'll bring in all kinds of money into this global profit pool. We're going to talk about that next week. Very simple as well. We wanted to separate them out so it wasn't too much to absorb all at one time. And so with that, we also have the Infinity Wealth Profit Pool, which is the third compensation plan you get paid by. Now, one thing I want to make clear on this is that these all build simultaneously. So when you're looking at Spinfinity here, as you see how simple it is not only to build your business, to build your the times you get paid per month, to bring people into the system, this is now replicating throughout Go Global Profit Pool and the Infinity Wealth Profit Pool. You don't have to do anything different. You don't have to change your game plan. You don't have to learn a bunch of new things. You're building one business here that feeds the other two, matrices, compensation plans, however you want to refer to them. It builds them all simultaneously, so keep it simple. Spinfinity, this gets into what I was just talking about. Erase your minds, whiteboard. Don't try to compare us to binaries or any other comp plans you've seen out there. We've all seen the 20, 30, 40-page comp plans that are so complicated, just go all over the place. This presentation here is about 15 pages long only because I wanted to stretch it out and really just break it out into really finite details. If I were talking to you in person or if I showed you one or two slides, it would take about 35 seconds for you to get it. So keep it simple. Don't overthink it. It's easy. Just leave it at that. It is very simple. This is by far the easiest way to bring in others that has ever been developed, and that was the key to figuring out how we can maintain a longevity business that lasts for not only months but years and decades. That's the inherent problem in direct sales network marketing is people fall off. It takes too many people to bring in more, and it just becomes spiral, a death spiral for most companies. Spinfinity makes it so easy to bring in people and makes it so easy for you to understand. For people, for the 98% that never been able to bring in a person, you're going to be able to with this. You're going to bring in 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Your confidence is going to go through the roof in your everyday life. It's just a game changer. So again, it's so simple. Don't try to complicate it, and don't try to compare it to any other comp plans. When you're building your Spinfinity, what you're building is you're building your immediate social profit pool. And this means that no matter when somebody comes into the system, whether you bring them in today, whether you bring them an hour from now, a month from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, they basically are attached to you through the computer and through the genealogy. And what it does is that everything that they do through Spinfinity, GlobalOne, and Infinity, it's attached to you. And this will make a lot more sense in just a moment. So don't think downlines, don't think binaries or any of that kind of stuff at this point. All you want to think about is that you're going to refer people, they're going to refer people, they're going to refer people. Pretty common sense stuff there. The comp plan pays out 10 times a month. This is a little bit unique as well. And what we do is on the 1st, 4th, 7th, the 10th, the 13th, 16th, 19th, 22nd, 25th, and 28th of every month, we pay out at midnight going into the next day. So here's a great example, is that if I bring someone in right now today, it's 5:30 here in San Diego, California, at midnight Eastern time, which is not too far away from here, the people I bring in, or if I joined right now, I am going to rotate into, I'm going to spin into one in the cash payout zones in a matter of hours, not weeks or days or months. I'm going to be making money really, really quickly on myself, let alone if I brought somebody else in. So going on now with this is that as we go live with the first business, and people have been asking about the businesses, one of the things is we will have multiple businesses for you to choose from. You can choose 1, you can choose 2, you can choose 5. It doesn't matter. They're all great global businesses. We right now we're just working out some of the details on some of the global aspects, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves like a lot of other companies tend to do. They talk about things they're not done with. They talk about things that haven't been finalized. So we don't want to do that right now, and I hope you can please understand it. Just know these are global businesses, multi-billion and multi-trillion-dollar industries that you're going to be so happy that it's basically your business to run, to make commissions on, and any sales, any product, and so forth, and you're going to make money in the Spinfinity, Go Global, and Infinity. The iGo Bid Win, which is our first product, and everybody knows the other people out there that are having great success with the penny auction sites. Hey, great. I'm glad that they're having success because success helps this business along. We are different in a lot of ways. First of all, our compensation plan or a payout plan is nothing like anything that they're doing over there. We have a success system that is going to work for you. There's great, more power to them. Enjoy, and we'll see them at the end of the day. With the iGo Bid Win, which is our first product, I'm just going to set the surface here. Is that there's 5 participation levels. We have a $10, a $25, a $50, a $75, and a $100. With those options, basically it allows someone who may not have a lot of money, maybe a little leery, or someone who is just wants to dip their toe in the pool, as they say, they can get it for $10. What you get with this is your website, you get bid points and other materials that will help you along with your business, all sorts of great stuff like that. And what it also allows you to do is as you get rocking and rolling here and you understand the business and you're talking to people, it makes it very easy to go to someone and say, look, I'm in this great business. You know what? I'm not going to sell you the networking thing. We kind of call it in social marketing because it's quite a bit different comp plan. And what we want you, for $10, give it $10. In 30 days, you're going to see money in your account, your own account, 6 times in 30 days, guaranteed. I know you probably never made any money in any program you've ever been in your life. You get them excited. They're going to continue on, and they're probably going to upgrade to higher dollar amounts. You have someone that may be on the fence that you want to help out, and you know that this business is going to help them. You pay their $10. You can pay it at your bid tokens. You can pay it cash, what have you. $10. Remember what happens now, and we'll talk about this in just a moment, is that you make 20% of everything they make. So as they're rotating through Spinfinity, they may land in a $10 position. They may land in a $50 position. They may land in a $500 position. You're going to make 20% of that every 3 days. They rotate again. Again, we'll get into details on that in a second. You're getting paid every single time they rotate into higher and different positions throughout the matrix. So we'll continue on that in the next slides here. one of the things we'll do is we'll break out all the details of the iGoBidWin site as well as the other businesses in the upcoming webinars. You'll see a lot more detail coming out. I know everyone's very, very anxious, so we want to make sure that we get all that information out. And at the same time, we don't want to overwhelm you. We want to lead us right into going live, so when you go live, you know every facet of the company, you know every facet of the business, and you're ready to go out like a rocket out of the gate. All right. This right here is, in all its simplicity, this is the better mousetrap. This is the thing that someone says, why didn't I think of that? It is so simple in its concept that it is, even though I'm the inventor of it, I have to say it's genius. And that's a great point as well, is that I have this in patent pending. I own the rights to the entire Spinfinity comp plan. No other company in the world can use this comp plan without our approval or without our license. And obviously, I'm not going to let a lot of businesses have this, if any. They're going to have to be very different, nothing that's going to conflict with our business, because I want you to have success with this, not a bunch of other businesses. So right now, we're locked in GlobalOne is the only company in the world that has a Spinfinity technology in it. What I did is I broke it down to real simple things, colors. Real simple. Instead of doing the Janes and the Johns and the Jims and all these levels and groups and all that kind of stuff, keep it real simple. So let's just keep it simple. You join today. For this demonstration, you're in the purple group because you come in right now, you see yourself there, and everybody who comes into you right after you is date and time stamped. Just picture a big, long, straight line. It's not a down line. It's not a sideways line. It's just a line. And so you come in now, someone comes in 2 seconds after you, someone comes in 5 seconds, they're behind you, but unless you referred them, you don't really care where they are. You don't care if they're next to you, below you, 10 miles away from you, it doesn't matter. All you care about is people you referred. And what happens is that as people, you bring them in, they become in different parts of the line. They may be 10, 20 people behind you, there may be 4,000 people behind you. It doesn't matter, because what the software does here is what the genius part of this and its simplicity. So I'm going to go to the next slide here and watch what happens is that you come in. All right, there you are right there. You joined today. That's you with a little maroon circle around you. So you come in today, and like I mentioned earlier, we pay on the 19th. So at midnight tonight Eastern time, there's going to be a rotation. The purple is going to shift to the green is going to shift to the blue down to the purple. All right, so with that, what will happen is, as at midnight, everybody who's in this bottom group will shift. It's not a rotation. It's not a lottery. You don't jumble around. It just, the algorithm, what happens is that our proprietary algorithm takes the batches, breaks them out evenly, and puts them into our patented pending payment system. And the payment system, again, isn't a downline. It is an algorithm that we've created that is unlike anything ever seen before. So let the computer do the algorithms. It will shift you every 72 hours. And so as you go to the next slide here, you'll see what happens. As of midnight tonight, you would now already be moved up into the cash payout zone, as we call it. When that purple area there is kind of the mid area, the mid money. It can be a few dollars. It can get up to quite a few dollars. And then as you get into the higher greens in there, it starts going. It gets higher and higher and higher. And there is a tiered effect to it in a sense that if you land towards the bottom of the purple there with your group, then you would get paid less than somebody who fell in the top of the purple group there, and then so on as you went to the green. But remember what happens is that you're not set in the same position. You rotate. Every 3 days, the group expands. It expands. It can contract technically, which doesn't hurt this company. If it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, it always is adding more people behind you, which changes the algorithm. So what will happen is, as you now, in just a few hours, you moved up into the purple. Well, on the 22nd, just 3 days later, you are now rotated up to the top. You're going to hit somewhere in the money position. You're getting paid. You've already gotten paid in your bank account from your own positions twice, and you've been in the program less than 4 days. This is where it gets really great, is that the same thing's happening now when you refer people. If I referred John or Steve, here I go with my names, I would now get 20% of their commission check where they landed if they were in the blue group, I would get 20% of that. Then as 3 more days goes by and we get into the 25th on my calendar, you've now rotated back down to the bottom. You see that blue's up at the top, and now my guy Jim is in the blue area. If he landed in the 500 spot or the $40 or the $400 spot or whatever the number is, because it calculates out based on volume, But let's just say it lands on the 500 spot. I get 20% of that. Every 3 days, it shows up in my account. So you can see the power of this. You start someone out at $10, they can start at 100 if they want, but for $10 they get in, you're going to get paid 6 times on them in 1 month. It's that simple. You just learn the whole thing. And I did the extended version. So I'm going to step onto the next slide here. And what you see happening here, this is a little bit of an overview. I wanted to put this slide in here because this will be posted later on. And it just basically recaps what we did. And what I want you to look at here on the slide presentation is that first slide at the top left was the first slide I showed. Then the second one in the middle there, and then the one on the bottom. You can see what happened is that the purple moved to the middle, the green moved to the top. Then as I moved down, the purple went to the very top, the green moved down to the bottom. So you can see real simple how this works. And it keeps going and expanding as more and more people come in the program, or as just the mathematics happen with the program. But remember what's happening here is you got somebody in so easily that you're already building your global profit pool. You didn't do anything other than bring somebody into Spinfinity. You're already building a profit pool again in this other program. And then the Infinity, which we'll talk about in a couple of days, you're building a third commission structure over there. You didn't do anything. You get paid on the same people, the same way. You don't have to learn a bunch of different math, a bunch of different complexities. It's just simple. So I'm going to jump into a little bit more and break this out a little more detail, like I said. Normally, you don't have to go through all this, but let's go through every detail of it, and that way there's not any questions and people get it. It's that simple. And again, we're going to do a shorter version of this. It'll be about a 2 or 3 minute condensed version that people could just watch it. They don't get bored. They don't get tired. Bam, bam, bam. And then we'll also keep this longer one on for people who want a little bit more information, want the detail, and really want to study the program. And then what will happen as we do the second and third parts of this, you will have access to both the short edited version of Spinfinity and the full version. Then you'll have the short version of the Go Global Profit Pool, and then you'll have the longer version. You'll have also access to the shorter version of Infinity and the longer version. So that way you can watch it real quickly. If you want to spend more time, you can watch them all. It's a real nice way to set it up so people understand how they get paid in all 3 systems. This gets into, as we move forward, I'm talking about how simple it is to get paid multiple times. The math on this is so simple. Remember, we're not talking about how many dollars you get paid or how much you're making on this. What we are talking about is the math. The math is the math is the math. It's very simple, the way this operates. So if you want to get paid 20 times a month, 50, 100, 1,000, it's obtainable. These are not unobtainable numbers. They're very, very easy to get to. So with this, what I'm showing here is a really simple layout of the power of Spinfinity. And just a couple of bullet points at the top there is, as you begin to bring others into GlobalOne, you are creating your immediate social profit pool. That means that the people you bring in are attached to you. Again, it doesn't matter when you brought them on, today, tomorrow, next week, next year. They're always attached to you as you being the person who referred them. Remember, you're also, every time they go through the Spinfinity system, you're getting paid every time they land in a money position, which is every 3 days, and then they rotate into the bottom, which doesn't pay, and then they go into the middle, and then the top every 3 days. So what ends up happening is you get 2, 3, 4 people going in here. You're starting to get paid multiple times. Well, guess what happens? Your people are starting to be smattered throughout the 2 payout sections, the cash payout zones. You're starting to see some really nice 20% matching coming in. Very, very simple. So for this example, what I did is I just took a sample of you referring 3 friends. There isn't any, we don't have any referring. Keep in mind, there's no refer requirements. You work at your own pace. Refer as you like. It doesn't matter to us. People are going to be doing great numbers. There already are. People who are busy with work and they may have a little bit of time. It doesn't matter. But as you start bringing people in, it's going to motivate you because you're going to start seeing these extra 20% matching bonuses, not only in Spinfinity, but you start seeing it in the Go Global and then the Infinity side of stuff too. All at the same time. You're building them simultaneously. All you're doing is one thing, and you're building all 3 of those. So in this example, what we did is that if you remember when I talked about early on, we had the 10, 25, 50, 75, and $100 level. The $100 level is called a platinum. And you can come in at that level right off the bat. You don't have to start at any particular levels. What ends up happening is you have better qualifications at the platinum level. And what it does is it basically fully qualifies you for all your matching bonuses, which means that as a platinum member, you get paid not only on everybody you refer, you get paid on everyone they refer, 20% on everyone they refer. You get paid 20% on everyone they refer. You get paid 20% on everyone they refer. and you get paid 20% of everyone they refer. I'll show you some math here in a second. You're gonna be blown away by this. So we're gonna start simple here. So what is happening is that you brought 3 friends in. That means you're gonna get paid 6 times a month, matching bonus, 20% matching bonus on them. That means you're getting 18 payouts in 1 month on 3 people. Pretty simple math. Now what we've done is we expanded it. Those 3 people went out and got 3. Again, just simple math. I could have chose any number. I could have chose 2. I could have chose 5. I could have chose 50. We're just trying to show how the system works and how it expands for you. And because you're a platinum, you now qualify not only on your referrals, but all of their referrals. So what you see here is that second line is your 3 referred 3. That's 9 times the 6 payouts a month. You're getting paid 54 times. In addition to the 18 on your first social profit pool, you're getting paid 72 times a month just by bringing in 3 people. And we have one guy, just a great example. We have one guy who's a really nice gentleman, and he brought in a couple of people, but one of his person already has 2,000 people in the downline he's going to be making money off of. But one person. He's going to get paid thousands of times by one person because you never know who you're going to get in your downline who's going to be a shaker and a mover. But even the simple people can bring stuff in. Or excuse me, not I didn't mean to say it that way. Even the people who are not professionals, the people who have jobs, who have families, it's still really easy for them. And when you see the businesses that are attached to this, that's what we started with first. It was business first. How do we compensate people the best way we can second? So you're going to be proud of your businesses. This is just the icing on the cake at the end of the day. So you can see what happens here. We'll go to the next slide, and all of a sudden, bam, there you go. See how it extended out there? We're looking at the next tier there. So those 3 referred 3. So now you have those. Should be So should have been 9. I think I got a math problem here, guys. We'll make that adjusted on the recorded version. So you now have 27 people in your 3rd generation out from you. In addition to the 9 who are just in front of the 3 people you referred, you get paid 162 times on that group. 20% of 162 paychecks. 20%. That's 234 times a month. You're starting to see how easy this works for you. I'm going to go right through the next one because I think you got it. Here's the next one here. All 3 of those refer 3. So what ends up happening now, you have 81. And you multiply that times the 6 payouts a month, you're getting paid 486 times just in your first 30 days. But remind you that that's just on that generation. You're getting paid 720 times total. And you see as the little dots there, little smiley faces start accumulating. That's what's happening in your downline. Again, it doesn't matter how many you refer. It just happens. What happens in your group starts happening. It starts happening naturally. This right here feeds your other 2 businesses. You don't have to do anything else. You don't even have to learn the other comp plans if you don't want to. You're just going to get paid on them anyway, but you don't have to learn them if you don't want to. Step on to the next one here. Now here's your 5th generation. So you see what happens is that just by the math, you're getting paid 2,178 times with this simple math that I did. You can run it out as far as you want. You can retract it back. As a matter of fact, the next slide I'm going to show you what happens just with 1 referring 1. Again, all we're taking is simple math. We had to give a demonstration of some sort, no dollar signs here or anything of that nature. Just you can get excited about the sheer numbers of what's happening. Pretty simple stuff, pretty easy stuff. This is the slide I want to tell you about. It's really doing the same thing, but what it's done, instead of showing you kind of in the bubbles that are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, I wanted to show you what happens more in a lateral way, where if you are someone who's not very active but you get involved in the program, that's that first column there where you see the first 6 there. That's if you referred 1 person. That's that very, very first position there where it says your referrals, profit pool 1. That person goes out and brings in 1 person. You're getting paid another 6 times. This is, again, if you're at our platinum level, and then what it does is it just tiers back a generation for each level down you are. So even if you're a 10 or a $10 person, you still get 20% matching on all the people you bring in. You just don't get it on the next generation. So it gives you a good reason to upgrade. You're gonna be making more money and the whole bit. And that'll be in more detail when we release this on the adapted version. It'll be on the web for you guys to view. So getting back to the first couple of the first row there. So the 3rd one there, you have another 6 in the 4th, and then you have the next one on that 5th profit pool. You're getting paid 30 times just from 1 person referring 1 person. 20% of 30 people's paychecks. I don't know about your office, but you know what? Most offices don't pay on other people's checks. We pay 20%. So we went ahead and extended it out on just 2 doing 2. Simple math again. It'd be 12 on the first people you brought in because they're getting paid 6 times, times 2. Carry that across. Just by 2 referring 2, you're getting paid 372 times, 20% of 372 people's checks. The next one is the 3 do 3. You can see the numbers the same that we showed in our earlier example. You can carry it as far as you want. The math is easy. We did a platinum who referred 5 people who referred 5. You get paid 23,000 times. The math really gets up there. But again, keep it simple. Just start with one person. See how simple it is. Then you get your second, and you're going to be amazed at what happens here in just really, really short amount of times. And that's it. Like I said, I extended this out as far as I can, made it as simple as possible, but I bet most of you got this in about 1 slide, in about 30 seconds. You got it. The math doesn't take long to get either. So this is it. This is Spinfinity, and its simplicity is why it's so brilliant. So with that, we will be stopping this recording here, and we will be ready for the next one, where we'll teach you about the second and the third parts of the payout comp plan, and then we'll start telling about all the businesses that you'll have available to you. We're also really excited about telling you about the humanitarian trust that will the GlobalOne will be helping save lives all around the world. Phenomenal stuff. This is far different than any other charitable you've ever seen. A lot of people talk about doing charity and giving to certain certain charities. You're going to see in real time what's happening. There will be video cameras. There'll be doctors who will be giving endorsements and testimonials. There will be all sorts of documentation on just what's happening. Also, we'll be able to break it down to not only what your money's doing to help people around the world to the person, but we'll also be able to break it down to what the entire GlobalOne group is doing. And when you see how big and how much great stuff you're doing with just pennies of yours being donated, you are going to be blown away. And then again, we'll talk about the outside products and services that will be feeding. These are other businesses that I own and operate through different alliances and investments I've made and so forth. We will have some of the most amazing products that you as a GlobalOne member don't even need to participate in. These are products that will be on the shelves of your Walmarts, your CVS's, your 7-Elevens, and some of the stuff is not even in the market. It's stuff that will change, for instance, the dairy industry. A global dairy industry, cows and milk are precious around the world, and we have a product that is going to just do things that are incredible for that environment. You don't have to worry about that. I'm taking part of my profits, and I'm going to put them back into the overall Go Global profit pool, so you're making money on outside money coming in that you didn't have anything to do with in a sense, but you're going to participate in the profits from it. That's what this business is building. It's a complete circular motion of every aspect of this business is thought out. So you have not only an easy way to get involved and make money, you're going to be making a lot more money than any other company we know about, because I don't know a lot of networking companies or direct sales companies that bring in multiple income streams outside of any efforts you do. And we're talking about billion-dollar markets, and when I say billion, they are billion-dollar markets. Some people know about this. I know they're smiling right now, because when you hear about what they are, the profits on those are going to be incredible. The life-changing things that are going to be happening with these products and services, those profits are going right back into your profit pool. You share in that, and everybody has a better life, a better world, and we're helping people all over the place. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I really appreciate all the thousands of people that came on the call tonight. As a matter of fact, we've maxed out our calls 2 times in a row. And we're talking about many, many thousands of people. So thank you. Hopefully this really sets you up on the next stage where you can start getting some more of those people in. We're getting close, people, and we're not much long on the founders either. So we're going to be we'll give you plenty of warning on that, but it's not far out before the founders is going to be full. And once we close the founders, no more. The founders are going to be very glad that they got in early and made that choice. So again, everyone, thank you very much. And with that, we are over and out. Bye-bye.